welcome back to my channel Kuluru Vineeth. So today we'll continue the arrays playlist. So today's question is left rotating an array by d places. Okay, so this is what the question looks like. Let's take an example. Here is the input array and the d value we are given. Then our output should look like this. Okay, fine. We are clear with the question, right? So now coming down to the simple intuitional approach, what I can say is take last take last d elements and then add it to the array elements, leaving the last d elements. It's confusing, right? Yeah, but it'll be clear if I start writing down that approach. Okay, so let me write down that approach. One is take last and add it to first elements, leaving last d elements. Okay, so let me name this as approach 1. So here input would be integers array and output would be again integers array. Okay, so here thing is, let me name this as rotated, something like that. So I will apply take last on this and add it to, so forgot to add one more parameter which is the d. Okay, and add this to, so it's the same as the same, drop last. Fine, so this is what happens. So here I'm taking last d elements and then adding it to the first elements except the last d elements, right? So now what I'll do is I will simply clear the elements. Just a second, I think it's better that I change this one to list of int so that I can use clear function, and this also I'll change it to list of int. Okay, so that now, one second, so let's take new nums and I will, no, clear isn't available, huh? Oh, okay, I should make this as mutable list. That is when we'll be able to make any changes. Sorry guys. Okay, so what I'll do is I will clear it. Since we have to mutate the list, we have to exclusively mention it's of type mutable list. Okay, and finally what we will do is we will add all elements of rotated array and then return that nums. So this would give us our required answer, left rotating an array by d places. It might be confusing, but yeah, this is the approach 1. And now coming down to the time complexity, it would take order of n since we are traversing the array at least once in this take last and drop last functions, and space complexity is order of n since I'm using extra array to store this take last and drop last values and then finally adding it to our nums array. Okay, so this was the approach 1. Now any other approach apart from this is, what I could say is directly straightforward approach, keep rotating the array by d times. Okay, let me write down that approach to rotate the array by d times. Okay, let me name that as approach 2, and this remains the same. Okay, and return type would be list of n. Now what I'll do is I will iterate d times the outer loop and left shift each element of array by one place, and do that d times. So at the end it gives us the required answer, left rotating the array by d times. Okay, so now let's take one temporary variable and store that into store first element of nums into j. Okay, and finally what I'll do is I will, sorry, this is 0 not O, I will traverse this till end of the array, and what we do is so let me name this, change to j so that it will be clear for us. So I will left shift the right element to the right element by 1. Okay, and finally here what I'll do is I will replace the last element with the temp value above. I have stored the first element of an nums array, so that first element will be be shifted to the end of the array. So like this, if you do by d times, we will get the required array. Okay, so finally I will return the nums. So this is the approach to straightforward left rotate the array by d times. Okay, now coming down to the time complexity, I would say time is order of n into d. Okay, n into d, since outer loop is d and inside we are traversing at most the size of the array, and coming down to the space complexity it's just order of 1, since I'm using just one temporary variable. Okay, so these were the two approaches for this question that we could think of. Fine, so now let me write main function and execute the above two functions and see the result of the two approaches. So let me take one example. So that is mutable list of, and take the same example as I shown here. Just use here. Okay, and now create an object of above class I have created. Okay, and store the result of each approach in some variable by calling respective functions nums, and d is, let's make here ds2, and let me print approach 1, and now traverse approach 1 and print that, and give space so that for approach 2 we can compare, and do the same for approach 2. Okay, except that we change the names here. Right, so let's execute and check what the output looks like. Just a second. Approach 1 did rotate by 2 places, but the approach 2 did not. Did I miss something? Just let me check. Give me Okay, I understood. It is rewriting the above approach one. I mean, nums one is being changed by the approach one function, and then we are using this result again to rotate by left 2 times. I understood. So let me name the same, create, take one more example, same kind, and use this, but I'll name this nums1 and here change it to nums2, sorry, nums1. So let's execute this and check now. Yep, as you see, the output of approach 1 and approach 2 is same. Yeah, the issue was, instead of using this nums array, I was since this was being changed, the changed value we were trying to rotate in the approach to, that is where we see the difference in the output. But now I created new array and then using that array to approach to, so this gives us the same result for approach and approach to. Yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keep watching, there will be a lot more exciting content coming up your way. Thank you so much.